Do you realize, guys, college basketball starting last night? Here we are, week number 11 of the college football season. The second half of the NFL season is officially underway as well. This is the fun time of the year, the time to really make the big money. College bowl season will be underway in just a couple of weeks. But that being said, I've got a couple of complimentary plays coming your way in just a moment. But first, I've got to talk about the guy who has made you more money over the past year than any other handicapper here at the site. Quickly, let me remind you, Chris Jordan, almost a year ago to the day, this winning streak started. And dating back to last November, he has made $1 bettors a little over $62,000. The past two nights, he had his first and his second 2,000 star double your wager college football releases of the season. Thursday night, cashing in with Appalachian State over Georgia Southern. Last night, Temple taking care of business. Half price play of the day special over Cincinnati. Today, upping the ante. The ninth ever triple your wager 3,000 star college football release of his 35-year handicapping career. Syracuse and Wake Forest. It kicks off at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Just like last night's winner, it happens to be the half price play of the day. Simply by using coupon code HALF, H-A-L-F. Again, these plays in all sports, triple your wager 3,000 star releases. He is 23-9-1 with them in all sports over the past 35 years. In college football specifically, 6-1-1 lifetime. Most recent ones, Clemson over Alabama last year in the national title game. Also had one on, the Apple Cup winner last year. It was Washington over Washington State, I think it was. It matches his 3,000 star triple your wager winner on North Carolina over Gonzaga in the men's title game. Matches his 3,000 star triple your wager winner on the Patriots over Pittsburgh in the AFC title game. You got them all for half price. This one as well. Again, $1 bettors up over 62 grand over the past 353 days, almost exactly to the year, and up over 10K, 10 grand, dating back to 2 Mondays ago. Half price play of the day using coupon code HALF. Now, for me personally, you know, I've always told you that I like a very narrow scale in terms of how I write my plays. 5, 10, 15 dimes, 99% of the time. But today, just like last Sunday, I have an ultra rare 30 dime play. Last Sunday, I had one in the NFL, my first one since January 18th of 2015. I gave you the Cowboys over Kansas City, and I scored, improving to 11-4-1 with those plays over the past 6.5 years in the pros. And you got it as the half price play of the day. Today, I found a game that I absolutely love. Now listen, guys, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Just like I told you last week on the video report, I had lost last Saturday when I got backdoored by Wake Forest at Notre Dame, scoring in the final 51 seconds of that game. But I had decided the day prior that no matter what happened on Saturday, there was a game last Sunday I absolutely loved and I was going for it, and that was the Cowboys. Well, going into this weekend's card, there was a game on this Saturday card, a team that I've been following for the past month, and specifically the quarterback of this team, that I've watched how he has developed, and he has taken this team to new levels, new limits. And I just really love the matchup. So I had already decided no matter what happened last night, I was coming out with this 30 dime play today. Well, unfortunately, last night, I'm just being honest with you, I lost with UNLV against BYU. Doesn't matter. I'm coming out with the 30 dime play today. So I went back and I looked. The last time I had a 30 dime release, it was just a little while ago in college football. In fact, I'd have to go all the way back to September of 2014. This is going to be only the 9th ever college football 30 dime play since I started these websites a little over 15 years ago. That's how much I like the game. It's on the Saturday night card, and proving to you once more that you don't have to spend big money to make big money. It's yours for half price by using the coupon code LATE, L-A-T-E. Also, remember, this being Saturday, every single Saturday, there's a couple of money-saving coupons that can save you potentially hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price. That coupon code is 24%, 24, P-E-R-C-E-N-T. That'll save you 24% off your total purchase price. It's a mix and match coupon, so you can use it for any combination of individual picks and or packages. All you've got to do is put all your purchases in your shopping cart at one time to maximize your savings. So for example, if you want my play, you want Chris Jordan's play, put them in your shopping cart at one time, or single if you just want one of them. Save 24% off the purchase price by using that coupon code 24%. If you have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Now, with all that being said, all your other additional coupons are over on the homepage. Let me get to your complimentary plays. Did Notre Dame cost me by allowing 2 touchdowns to Wake Forest at home last week in the final 8.5 minutes of play, including letting the Demon Deacons get in the back door with 51 seconds to play? Yes, they did. But I'm still a believer in the Fighting Irish, winners of, 7 in a row since they lost by that single score to Georgia in week number 2 of the season? Yes, I am. This is a darn good Notre Dame team. Listen, did I know last week that their leading rusher, Josh Adams, would only have 5 carries for 22 yards because he had a headache? No. That's one of those things that you can't handicap in advance. But he's going to be back today. He's supposedly at full strength, obviously. This is a key thing. He's 9th in the nation in rushing, averaging 132.2 yards a game, 8.7 yards per carry. Now, I know Miami is, on paper, ranked 66th in the nation in terms of stopping the run, giving up 170 yards per game. But I'm still not that impressed by their run defense. And I look at this Notre Dame team, and I just think that they're not going to be stopped running the ball because they are not a gimmick team. And I say gimmick meaning like Navy, Army, Georgia Tech, teams that run the option or variations of the triple option. No, this is a Notre Dame team that runs behind an offensive line that's NFL size in terms of this offensive line, size and strength. They are massive. They just bulldoze their way. They just open up the holes. I don't think Miami of Florida is going to be able to stop them. The other thing is I look at Miami of Florida's schedule and then I look at Notre Dame's schedule. There is no comparison. Absolutely no comparison between these two. The other thing is Miami of Florida, since they lost their number 1 running back, Mark Walton, early in October, they are a one-dimensional team that struggles offensively to do anything. Offensively, they're also a very poor team on third downs. They're second worst in the conference in terms of moving the chains on third down. Again, you have an Irish team that's number 5 in the country, averaging 324 yards a game on the ground. And again, not a gimmicky team like Army and Navy and Georgia Tech. I just think that this is a team that's going to be able to constantly control the clock in this game today, keeping Miami off the field. This is a Miami team that is exceptionally good at moving the chain on third down. 34th in the nation, converting third downs at a 44.1% clip. Miami, third down conversions, this is a thing I think is very important in college football, a statistic I always look at. They only converted at 31.3%, less than 1 in 3. So Notre Dame minus the 3 points, and again, I would absolutely go ahead and buy down the half point if this line is anywhere between 3 and 4.5 in this one. And like Notre Dame a lot in this game. Here's another under the radar game here today for you. I like Florida International. Big favorite at home, minus 9.5 points against Old Dominion. Now, is Old Dominion coming off a 6-0 shutout at home against NC Charlotte? Oh, yeah, they shut out NC Charlotte. The 49ers are 1-7. The 49ers average 14.6 points a game. They run an option attack. Big deal. Who cares? Old Dominion had lost 6 straight games coming into that shutout win. Golden Panthers, on the other hand, Florida International, they're coming off a 14-7 upset win at home against Texas San Antonio. They've won 3 straight, 6 out of 7. Butch Davis, yes, Butch Davis has really resuscitated that program. During their 3-game winning streak, the defense has played some great ball, only giving up 15.7 points, They force 7 turnovers. They have 7 sacks. Am I a little concerned that maybe Florida International gets caught looking ahead to a big game with Florida Atlantic next week? A little, but here's the thing. Old Dominion coming into this game. They're going to be without their leading rusher, Jeremy Cox. They're going to be without their starting right tackle, Chad Hendricks. Both suffered injuries in last week's win. Old Dominion, a very poor team, converting third downs, only 34.8%. Florida International, on the other hand, they convert at a 43% clip. Old Dominion, their third down defense can't get off the field. Cannot get off the field. Opponents converted almost 45% of their third down tries. So I'm willing to lay the 9.5 points here with Florida International. Early game, I think this one is kind of interesting. Talk about the ultimate revenge, perhaps. This is going to be Will Muschamp's second time facing Florida, his old team, as a member or the head of the South Carolina program. Now, last year, Florida beat him. I find it kind of ironic that this month I was reading that Florida, as part of the buyout of his contract, will pay Will Muschamp a $787,000 payment this month as part of that buyout. So what better way of thanking them, the Gators, than by beating them today? Now, South Carolina is coming off a 24-10 loss at Georgia. Hey, that's pretty respectable. Yes, it's a loss, but considering the way Georgia's been annihilating people, that's a pretty good performance by the Gamecocks, who had won their 3 previous games, winning 34-27 at home against Vanderbilt, 15-9 at Tennessee, and 48-22 at home against Arkansas. The Gators, of course, have lost 4 in a row, losing their last game 45-16 at Missouri. Florida, a team that has just struggled mightily offensively. God knows who's going to be quarterbacking and what you're going to get from this team today. I just don't think Florida has much in terms of motivation. I think South Carolina, of course, playing its way into bowl contention, obviously looking to improve its lot. Will Muschamp, they didn't love him in Florida. He was a controversial hire in Columbia. But, they have an outside chance here to win 8 games and should finish with at least 7. And this would definitely be a huge step in the right direction. 5.5 is kind of a strange number. Obviously, you're going to have to win that game probably by a touchdown to get the cover. But I do like South Carolina in this spot. So, again, if I had to rank the plays today, obviously Notre Dame is number 1. Florida International is number 2. And then I would take South Carolina as my third choice today among these 3 plays. One final selection for you. Let's talk about a game here that I also like just as much as Notre Dame, and that would be Missouri. Missouri today at home against Tennessee. Missouri, a team that started the season 1-5, but has since caught fire. 3 straight wins. Were they impressive wins? They beat Connecticut. They beat Idaho, but they kicked the hell out of Florida, didn't they? Again, Florida may not be much better than Idaho. I'm joshing, but you get the drift. But I like Missouri today here at home against a Tennessee team that simply can't score. Missouri certainly can put a lot of points on the board. For Missouri, it's their home finale. Tennessee has lost 6 consecutive games in SEC play. The Missouri quarterback, Drew Lock, feasts on a lot of inferior competition, but the fact remains that if I asked you who leads the nation in touchdown passes thrown, you'd all be challenged to give me the name Drew Lock of Missouri, wouldn't you? 31 of them, though, so far this season. You have a Tennessee team that averages only 20.8 points a game. You have a Missouri team that averages 33.6. They're playing at home. They have just scored 52-12. They beat Connecticut. 68-21. They beat Idaho. 45-16. They beat Florida. I'll lay the 12.5 with Missouri. So Notre Dame and Missouri, top 2 picks today, free picks. And then the other guys underneath, Florida International, and then South Carolina, and that'll do it. Good luck, everybody.